Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Scarcella here, and I wanted to show you this really cool science experiment that you can do at home with your parents or an older brother or sister or cousins. It's very easy and fun to do. So it's a water and oil science experiment, and what you need for this experiment is I have 4 cups of water, and if you have like a clear cup, that would be best. And then I have oil in here, and then I have more oil in my clear cup, and I have different color food coloring. I also am going to be using our pipettes. Remember, we always use these when we would do experiments in school. So very simple. I'm sure you have all these things at home, so it'll be easy to get it together and do. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the color of the water. I'm going to start with red, and I'm just going to drop like maybe 4 or 5 drops in the water. Stir it so that way it turns red. And I'll do the same. I have green next. Let me stir that. And then what's my next color? Blue. Stir it all up. And then now my last one will be yellow. Okay. So now I have red, green, blue, and yellow. Before we actually get started, let's make a prediction. Do you remember what a prediction is? That's when you make a really good guess about what you think is going to happen. So, boys and girls, what is your prediction? What do you think is going to happen when I drop water into the oil? Do you think the water and the oil are going to mix together? Or do you think the water and oil are going to stay apart? Okay, so make your prediction. Mix together or stay apart. All right, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna start with red. Using my pipette, and if you don't have a pipette at home, that's completely fine. I'll show you in a moment what you can use instead of a pipette. Remember how we use it? We squeeze and put it in, and then let go and it fills it. All right, let's see. What's happening? What's going on, boys and girls? Can you see that? Are they mixing together? No, they're staying apart. The water is not mixing with the oil. It looks like glass beads, doesn't it? Let's do the next color. Okay, let's see what happens now. What's going on, boys and girls? They're staying separate, but doesn't that look so cool? Can you see all the beads in there? Right? They're like all the tiny glass beads. Let's do our next color, blue. Okay. Look at that. I hope you're able to see. Look at all the beads. Some are staying at the top and some are sinking. Let's add some more blue. Whoa, that looks so cool. Let's do our last color, yellow. Yellow may be a little tricky to see since the vegetable oil is yellow, but you get the idea. Look, boys and girls, that looks so cool. So what's the answer to our prediction? Right, the water and the oil stay separate. They do not mix together. Now, let's me show you. If you don't have a pipette at home, it's completely fine. You can use any kind of spoon. I picked out a tablespoon that I'm sure you've seen around your home when someone is baking or cooking. So now I'm going to use this other container of vegetable oil. I'm just gonna take a spoonful of the red food coloring and I'm going to pour it in. Let's see how this looks. Whoa, can you see that? It's a big circle that's turning into an oval. Let me show you. Can you see that? Look at that. Let's do another color. Green. Look at that, made another circle, or oval actually. Look at that. And we have some little drops, but the water still is not mixing with the oil. Let's do another color. There we go. There's our oval and little drops. Look at that. See how they're all staying separate? Now let's do our last color, yellow. Look at that, boys and girls. The water does not mix with the oil. It stays separate. Now, let's see. I'm going to mix this and let's see if that makes a difference and makes the water mix together with the oil. Whoa, look at that. Well, actually now I just made a bunch of little bubbles. It's not mixing together with the oil, although the watercolors mix together a little bit, but it's still staying separate from the oil. See that? Okay. So now, boys and girls, you should try this at home. Super easy, and I'm sure you have everything at home. And if you do try this cool experiment, please send me a picture or a video. I'd love to see you in action. So I wanted to show you another fun and simple science experiment that you can easily do at home. For this experiment that's called the magic milk experiment, all you need is about a cup of milk, some dish soap, and I used Dawn, but any kind will do. You need your food coloring, and you need a shallow plate. You want to make sure that the plate that you use isn't completely flat because the milk will just roll right off of it. And you'll also need some Q-tips. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is pour the milk into my plate. Okay, see that? Okay, now what I want to do is add drops of my food coloring in my milk. Okay, so red. I'll put green over here. Green. Blue. And my last color is yellow. That looks kind of pretty, right, boys and girls? Now, I'm going to use my dish soap. What I need to do is put my Q-tip in the dish soap and make sure I get soap on the end of the Q-tip. And then I'm going to place this right in the middle. And now I want you to make a prediction. What do you think is going to happen when I put this dish soap in the milk? Will it stay the same or will it come apart? Let's see. Wow, look at that, boys and girls. It's spreading apart. Isn't that so cool? Let me do a little bit more and see what happens. I'm adding more soap to my Q-tip. Look, it's making the colors spread apart. I want to do it one more time. Where should I put it? I'll put it right here. Look, it's spreading apart. Look at all the colors coming through. So the dish soap makes the milk turn into magic because it's just separating apart. Isn't that really cool and easy? All right, that's the simple experiment, boys and girls. That's all there is to it. So again, I'd love to see you try this at home. So maybe you can have someone video you and send it to me, okay? Have fun with these experiments, boys and girls. Miss you. Bye.